if I can just take you back a step. So when Rochelle and I decided to found Reframe Coaching, we looked at what options were already available. So we didn't want to replicate those. So things such as treatment, you had organizations providing peer mentoring, you had organizations creating in-person group events. So we didn't want to compete against other organizations that were already filling that space that we felt that needed to be filled. So we kind of come up with our modality of being recovery coaching. And to be honest, that modality best suited the work that we wanted to do anyway. So recovery coaching is all about helping individuals to bring greater awareness to the present. So what does that look like to them? How are they feeling and thinking about all of the different areas of their life? Have they thought about some of them? And of course, sometimes, we haven't. So given someone space to explore the present first and foremost, making head or tail of it, starting to maybe become more comfortable with some uncomfortable stuff. Then working with the individual to really formulate the next steps. So what do their next steps look like for them? And working together to explore them. And I emphasize there the word there. So we always work with individuals, and recovery coaching is about working with individuals to help them find the answers to their questions. So we don't want it to be an advice service and people like mentoring, for example, where you would say, this is the structured approach, you follow this, and we will get you to this end result. That has its place, and when people want that, it works amazingly well. But that's not the service that we wanted to provide. We wanted to touch into one of our values, which is about empowerment. So we want to empower individuals to come up with solutions, come up with answers, and then work together to try and find how they can get there. And ultimately, that is what recovery coaching is all about. Now, we underpin that with our 4 core principles of recovery coaching, and they are actively listening. So again, another one of our values is around empathy. So through actively listening to individuals, we provide them the space to explore. The second one is about asking really good and powerful open questions. So maybe questions that individuals haven't asked themselves, maybe they haven't thought about, and sometimes maybe they don't want to. So building up rapport, building up connection, and then asking those really powerful questions, exploring the answers together, feeling more comfortable with some of the answers. Our third principle is more from our coach's perspective, which is about managing their own beliefs and biases. So when a coach works with someone, a recovery, for example, there might be times that maybe something comes up that challenges their own internal beliefs and biases. Maybe they want to go down a pathway that didn't work for the coach. Now, our coaches are there to support the people that they're working with, find their next step, for their solutions. Now, for a coach, sometimes that can be challenging if it goes against some internal stuff that maybe they tried that pathway and it didn't work for them. So being able to manage that is really, really important. So that is one of our principles. We, as a charity, work with our coaches to support them with that as well, because it's all about working with that individual to find their next step, not the coaches, the person that they're working with. And then our fourth one is about promoting multiple pathways, both to and within recovery. So we talk about the next steps sometimes, and to be honest, most of the time, that person will need some additional resources or support. Now, they may be resources or support that we at Reframe Coaching don't offer. Now, we won't go and change our model so we can then offer that. We will, if there's services already available, we will signpost or refer into them. So that is our multiple pathway approach. And we are often sharing resources, but it's always based on where the individual wants to go next, not where we feel as though they need to get to. So that's a little bit about recovery coaching. Hopefully, you can spot some of the differences there. One of the things that we also do is we provide our recovery coaching by lived experience recovery coaches. So they are coaches who are either in recovery themselves, or they're coaches who maybe have been affected by gambling or have supported their loved ones' journey. So they've all got their own lived experience. And what we say to all of our coaches is we allow them to share some of their experience if they feel the person that they're working with will benefit. So maybe they're asking, again, it's a two-way thing with regard to boundaries, and it's something that us as a charity work hard on, and we embed that within our training. So all of our coaches have to complete our minimum training standard. But we do allow our lived experience coaches to share some of that, because we really believe it helps to build that rapport. It helps to build connection, which then helps the conversation and start asking those powerful questions like I mentioned. But we also believe it helps to reduce things such as isolation and loneliness. So sometimes individuals can really feel as though they're the only one going through it. So it helps to reduce that and the shame and stigma that can come with that as well. So we embed lived experience into recovery coaching. We've seen some really, really powerful benefits of doing that. And we're not saying our option is the best. By no means are we saying that, but that is our option. And for some people who want that method, then that's where it works out really well. If someone comes to us and that's not what they want, and they would prefer more of a treatment based approach to maybe focus on some other areas in their life they want to delve deep into, of course, we refer directly into that service, and we have done, and we will continue to do so. But hopefully that gives you a little bit more of an explanation of what we do and what recovery coaching is.